Hi, my name is Lisa Carey and I'm from Make Your Business Simple. Today we are going to look at the 3 steps to choosing the right software in your business. Now, you may not have software at the moment, you may have a lot. So this is basically for any business owner, any entrepreneur, anybody who uses any software in their personal or business life. If you know of anybody that sounds like, then share it with them so that they can get the 3 steps to choosing the right software in your business. Now, every business eventually, if you don't have it now, eventually you will need a system of some sort, whether it's just an accounting platform or a calendar or a booking system, or up to the bigger inventory systems and point of sale systems. It's available to have. Now, I don't know about you, but I've used to spend hundreds of hours going round in circles trying to research the systems and still couldn't find the right one, or wasn't sure, or just didn't know. So these are going to help you alleviate that problem. It'll give you exactly how you should go about choosing a system, and yeah, I do go into this in a lot more detail in my online program that I'm going to be launching soon, and we go into exactly how you do it, how you research them, how you choose them, and obviously then how you implement them. But the first step the first step is to identify the system requirements. So have you ever had a system or worked in an organization that had a system that just didn't work? Like, it didn't do what you needed it to, it didn't integrate with anything, it just was pretty useless. I think we've all been there, or know somebody that has. So the thing that you do to alleviate that is to actually just plan ahead. Find out what you want the system to do. So by identifying the system requirements, you're looking at, okay, what do I want the system to do? So you should be able to identify that based on what your processes are, what you're currently doing. You sort of want to put that into the new system. You also want to identify what type of system you want to use. So there's so many different types of systems out there. So you need to kind of have a bit of an idea of which one. If you want an accounting platform, then you're going to be looking at accounting platforms. If you want a project management one, or a CRM, which will help you with your marketing, you kind of, get a feel for which type of system. That'll make your job a lot easier when you get to the researching section. Just prioritize what your must-haves are. You must have A, B, and C in there, but you might like to have D, E, and F, and then any others you could sort of take or leave. So really understand exactly what you have to have in the system, because they're the things that you're going to look and compare with later on. But there's no point having to have certain functionality in the system and then only getting 2 of the 3 things that you really, really must have, because the system's not going to work for you or your business. So understanding what your must-haves are. Also understanding what you want it to integrate with, if anything. Like, if you have a quoting system, do you want it to integrate with your current accounting platform? So again, if you do have platforms already in place, do they talk to each other? Are you able to get them to talk to each other? So again, when you're researching, this will be one of the key things that you are looking at, is what integrates with what. Does it mean you'll need a new accounting system if you really want that system to integrate and yours doesn't integrate with anything? So yeah, again, looking at what it integrates with, or what you would like it to integrate with. And ask the people who know, ask the people who use the systems at the moment, or who are going to use the system, what they want out of the system, because they're going to be a real a vault of knowledge when deciding what you need and identifying those requirements. The next thing in identifying your system requirements is what you want to get out of it. So what information you want to get out of it. Now, this generally relates to like reporting, dashboards, mass email marketing, resource management, all those kinds of things. You need to understand before you choose a system what you want to get out of it. So if you have particular types of reporting that you want to be able to access from the system, that system needs to be able to do that. There's no point needing all this financial or a customer information and having a system that actually just can't provide that for you, because you're then going to have to go into another system or do workarounds, and that's not the best use of your time. So understanding what you want to get out of it. So sitting down with the key people in your business and going, okay, what do we want to get out of it? What information do you need? What information do you need? If you've got different areas, you can ask them. Otherwise, have a think, okay, what kind of information am I going to want to know about clients, finances, sales, revenue, staff, all those kinds of things? Answer them now so you can build them in later. The next thing when you're identifying your system requirements is what problems do you want it to fix. Now, you'll often know what the problems are now, which is probably why you're getting a system. So it's identifying what problems you want resolved by having a new system. So making sure, again, in the next step, that you have all those available to you in the chosen system. And finally, in identifying system requirements, it's identifying what budget you have. There are hundreds of systems for everything out there. They all come at different costs. There are different user limits. There's different storage. There's different licensing fees. So you need to have a bit of a budget, because there's certain things that you may not budget for when you're looking at a system. It might be training, hosting, licensing, implementation costs, IT, networking costs. All these things you just need to have a bit of an idea about when you're doing up your budget for it. It's not just $20 a month, that's it. It could be, and that would be great, but just to have a bit of an idea of the other things that you're looking at including in your budget. Okay, so that's the first step, identifying the system requirements. Now that is the biggest step. That is always the biggest step, because that's where you need to really think about things and put things, planning things for the next steps. Now the second step in choosing the right system or software for your business is the research and compare. Now this is where you actually just get online and you research all the systems that do things. Now there are a lot of websites available. They're comparison websites that you can use, and they will have lots of different systems. Now each one favors different ones, so I say have a look at a few of them. Just do a Google search on CRM comparisons and you will get a whole list of them. So click on them and these will compare some, another one will compare other ones. So it's just having a bit of a look at all of those. Now, when you're doing your comparison, I mean, people, they end up with a system and then they realise there was a cheaper and better option because they didn't actually look, they just went, I'll just take the first one that's there. So make sure you're comparing what the system can and can't do. Make sure you're comparing it to what you must have, which we just spoke about. Have a look at the costs. Compare the support. There's different support levels in different packages. And some systems are really good with support, some are really, really poor. So you need to be aware of that. Have a look at their ratings, so user ratings, because you'll get a bit of a feel. And the real gold is in the customer reviews. Now, I'm talking not reviews on their website, I'm talking independent websites that do system reviews. Again, just look up project management tool or system reviews and you'll get a whole list of email websites that do this for you. And they will have just end users, and there's usually a lot of them if they're a popular system. So go into there and have a look at what people are actually saying about the system, because that's where you get the little intricacies where you're like, oh, I can't have that in my business, or oh, I didn't know it could do that, that's great. So a lot of information in the reviews. But yeah, again, try not to look at the ones on their website, because I mean, I don't know, I just like independent websites for those. Now, once you've identified your system requirements and you've researched and compared, you may have chosen, the top 3 you can't decide on. You want to move to the next step then, and that's trialing the system. So you're able to actually trial as many systems as you want. They do demos, so have a look at the demos, see how it works, see if it looks like what you need, and then do a trial. I'm not saying trial everything, just trial 1, 2, 3 at most, like, because yeah, there's a lot involved with them, but they will all give you a trial. But be careful, because often the trial will lead into a membership if you don't cancel it, or it's like a 30, just make sure there's finite time on it. It's usually like a 30-day trial or a 7-day trial. So what I would recommend when doing a trial is to basically get your process and do what you need to do. If it's a CRM, for example, go from client active opportunity right through until a close of a sale, and just do it. Don't have to do it in intricate detail, but just see how the system flows and how it works through that system. Same with the project management. Set up a small project and just see how that process goes, because you'll get a lot of information on how it works that way, and you'll realize, oh, this is not for me, or oh, it does this, but there's limitations here. So it's getting the feel for the system, because you guys have to use it. So you want to know how it feels to use. Like sometimes it's just I don't know, you get a good feel for a system. You're like, yes, I like it. This is easy. It's intuitive to use. It's simple the way that it's set out. Others are a little bit trickier. It might be fantastic, but it's just not for you. So again, trial. So in summary, they are my 3 steps to choosing the right software for your business. Number 1 was identify the system requirements. Now with that, I'm talking what you want it to do, what your must-haves are, what you want it to integrate with, what's your budget associated with that, and what information do you want to get out of it, and what problems do you want it to solve. Number 2 was research and compare the systems. So have a look at all the systems that do the same thing. Make sure you understand what the system can and can't do, the costs, the support, the ratings, and particularly the reviews. Now, the 3rd step and final step was trialing it. Do a demo, do a trial of the system, and then you are ready to choose the system for you and start to set it up. So if you found this useful, or if you think that you know somebody who would find it useful, please like, comment, and particularly share it if you know anybody, any time poor entrepreneurs, any time poor business people, or anyone looking at systems at the moment. So thank you very much, and yeah, I will speak to you later.